Do podcasters stream? Usually, like
sometimes they do.
like when they do the podcast, like is it like live? They stream straight away, or
That-
is it like they
there are
just like shoot first and then
to
like
be honest,
then you edit?
veteran podcasters sometimes they stream because there's not a lot of like slurs. Like their audience already know what kind of like content they get.
Right.
Like for us, sometimes we go overboard with our content.
Yeah.
We have to cut out because like some Malaysian people wouldn't like it.
Some racism or
Yeah.
politics or whatever. You just like
Yeah.
fuck. I
Yeah,
want to be represented
those
that
things
way.
we can't. We can't.
But
put
one
in.
time I asked him, what's the K in K Click? Man,
Oh,
not
okay.
one Indian in that group.
So
But
things
yeah.
like that we have to cut out. But I know there are some veteran podcasters. They already have like this loyal fan base. They know what kind of content they're
They just
getting.
go live.
They just go live, and then sometimes when they go live, they
Mhm.
put that live content on Patreon or any
Oh.
subscribe platform. So people actually loyal people who go
So
go
the
there and
raw
watch.
one is
Raw,
like on
yeah.
paid channels.
Ours
Yeah.
can't even be on Patreon, dude. It's insane. We'll be cancelled in minutes.
Really?
The amount, yeah.
I mean, especially in Malaysia, lah. I think one of the content that we actually had, like talking about Malay people, like it's very small, like this stereotypes about
Yeah,
Malay
yeah.
people. Like even until today, this content was
It's kind
shot,
of cool.
months
Like
ago.
it's kind of good to do that because like you are Malay and you are Indian. So in
Yeah.
a way, like you can represent your own people.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you like we can self-deprecate a bit, lah. Like I can talk shit about Indians, for example.
Yeah.
But if I say like negative things about Malays,
Yeah, it's a
maybe
bit off,
you know
yeah.
people are not gonna be happy about that.
Malaysians, you can't talk about your own race.
Own
you
race
can't talk
also.
about other people's races. Cannot do it.
There was one time, I don't know if I told you, there's this content we were talking about some stereotypes, but it's very, very minor, right? Like I don't know how.
No. He said, are Malay people really lazy?
But I didn't say that bad, lah.
Ah.
Was it that bad?
Yes, it was. Because it looked like you meant it. Right?
Okay.
You look like you meant it.
But
Maybe he did, man. You know.
but it flew over everybody's head
Right,
because at the end of the video we kind of like say that, oh, actually no, because he said I'm an example because I work really hard on the podcast. But people don't see that.
They're just like, phew.
So they start debating with each other up
About-
to point where they tag PDRM.
Yeah, dude.
Tag
The
PDRM.
PDRM's TikTok like profile, they tag them.
That's kind of
Like,
much, lah.
but
to be
they're
honest.
already having their own conversation in there. That
Yeah.
has nothing to
And
do
so
with
those
us.
conversations get so far
Too far.
convoluted.
It's
The
insane,
narrative is like so far
dude.
from what the actual video is.
Yeah. Then we had no choice but to delete those
Oh
comments.
shit.
It's
The video is
insane,
still
dude.
there.
Dude, it was insane, dude. I had major anxiety for a while because I was so scared. Like, okay, every time I got notification
Yeah.
from TikTok,
Is it going to be bad or
is it
not?
for this video?
Yeah.
Fuck.
You see, that's a very very interesting topic that I want to talk about because it is. I mean, okay, lah, we can clear it off, lah. But like, it is quite commonly stated, like in the general public, right, about the way the Malays are, the way the Indians are,
Yeah.
the way the Chinese are,
Yeah.
and I have so much evidence that says the opposite. I have so much evidence that says the opposite, bro. Most of my team is Malay.
You're right.
Fuck,
Yeah.
they're hardworking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're tremendously hardworking.
Yeah.
They are diligent, they are responsible, they are resourceful, they are intelligent, they are hardworking, they are creative, they're like I have evidence of the opposite, you know?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Getting back to this podcast today.
All right. Shall we?
We are excited to welcome a new guest that we have today. This is our 4th or 5th guest.
Guess what? I also don't know.
Guess what?
at this rate.
Correct, like
Guess what? Who knows?
Maybe you should do an introduction for this guest.
Hey, which
What do you think?
Which camera do I focus on?
Okay, you can
and
focus on any
multiple,
camera.
yeah.
Actually, don't
Any
worry.
camera.
Just
dude.
I focus on you
You can
guys.
okay.
Yeah, that's better.
That's
Yeah.
chill. Yeah,
Yeah, that's chill,
Okay,
man.
okay, okay.
You can,
Yeah.
you can sometimes look at Billy as well.
Okay.
So, to welcome our new guest to the floor today, to our set, we would like to I did a very very short script before this.
Yeah.
I'm
Before
really
this-
nervous about this, you know,
Why?
because you guys have a bunch of stuff prepared.
Dude.
I'm like unprepared.
No, don't worry.
Don't worry. We are the worst at introductions. We'll get better after this. Don't worry.
I'm just one of your guinea pigs, lah.
No, it's
practice.
No, dude. We plan to be bad at introductions for all our guests. So
Okay,
don't
okay,
worry.
okay.
No, we didn't plan. But
If
before
we
this,
ever have a part 2, I will introduce you guys.
Okay, please.
because before this, I don't think we actually properly had a proper script when we introduced guests.
Right.
But today we were like, hey, let's try something new.
Okay.
We,
GPT lah.
no, we didn't. Did we?
No, it's also got PT at the back, but the front a bit different.
Okay.
So don't
Yeah.
worry.
So today we have an extraordinary guest today.
Extraterrestrial also.
Maybe actually we don't know that.
We don't know.
He is actually a dynamic entrepreneur.
Insane.
Would you say that?
Yes.
Dynamic entrepreneur
Could come up with anything.
who
You guys-
has ventured in diverse industry. Started from a few different businesses where he started with recruitment. After that, he ventured into the beauty sector where he started his own cosmetic product with
Beautiful.
his partner as well.
Beautiful.
As you can see from his face here, it's very glowing.
Wow. What a beautiful creature.
We did color cosmetics. I don't have any of that on me right now.
And then just to follow the trend as well, he started his own vape business, calling it New Bay.
What happened to the old one?
Old one gone.
Gone.
Thrown to the back. Yeah. Eventually got into content marketing, where right now he's actually leading. I wouldn't say it's a big company, but at the same time also because it's still new.
Yeah.
He is leading a thriving company, content management company.
See Amir's face. He's like,
No, because I'm waiting for him to say helm. Just now part of the script
Yeah.
got helm.
Got
He asked
helm.
me.
at
Dude,
the helm.
he asked me, dude, what's helm? I said, so what the helm is that?
Helmet, kau tahu?
What helmet?
Yeah,
No.
it's okay.
Yeah, man.
I skipped that because I was scared.
It's okay, don't worry.
Something else come out.
Don't worry.
He is also currently managing content for some of the top brands here in Malaysia.
Oh, yeah.
Like McDonald's.
Yeah.
And there's some new brands as well, like Basque Bear, Tea Life.
The Chinese one, L'Occitane.
Yeah, L'Occitane.
Eh.
How is that Chinese?
T-Life
It's-
is not a new brand.
No,
and
no.
L'Occitane is not Chinese.
No, because my wife's name Nikitan.
Nikitan. Okay,
So I
okay.
assume.
No, it's not. What the fuck are we on?
Or is it L'Occitane?
Yeah,
No.
L'Occitane. It's
Ah.
actually a French-based company called L'Occitane.
Oui.
Let's deep dive a bit more to try to learn some things so we can actually apply in our podcast as
Correct.
well
Yeah.
and understand a bit more on how he became the person that he is today.
Yeah.
His name-
Magnificent.
Magnificent, extraordinary, and extraterrestrial person,
Extraterrestrial person.
is Ryan Durairaj.
Let's go.
Welcome to the podcast.
Welcome to the podcast,
Alright,
man.
thank you so
Everybody
much
put your hands
for
together.
having me, guys. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Thanks for
Okay,
being
cool.
for taking the time on your Sunday.
Yeah, I have nothing better to do.
Yeah. That's why you're here. That's why you're here.
This is more of a hobby.
Yeah.
A lot of big words there.
Hey,
Yeah,
man.
especially-
Extraterrestrial.
Dude, I had trouble saying the word also. I was like, extraterrestrial.
So it's tough to actually ask the introductory questions because like he's also my cousin.
Yeah.
So maybe you should actually ask the introductory questions.
Hey, no,
on
I
how to
thought
start
you're
with.
gonna go like the whole road of time for me to invite my cousins
Yeah.
to the show.
Like
Oh,
later
no.
on, maybe you can invite your cousins and I can ask the questions.
Excuse me, you ask first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Wow, no reverse.
No reverse, but you agreed. So I'm like, okay, works.
Okay.
Oh, okay, makes sense.
because I don't want to prolong longer. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Ryan, maybe you can just give a very brief introduction about yourself, so the audience are able to just get a bit more understanding about you.
Yeah.
What to expect from this podcast?
What to expect? You are asking the questions. I need to tell them what to
Yeah,
expect.
yeah.
I can't even see the questions.
Because what you're expecting, we're just gonna go opposite.
Oh,
Don't worry.
So whatever I'm expecting,
Yeah,
go the other
you
way.
go-
Yeah.
the way.
So it depends on
Okay.
your answer right now.
Do you want me to cover like professional, personal, like?
I think you can
A
start
bit
with
of both,
personal
Yeah.
to professional.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be a good way to go about it.
Okay. So the first thing that I wanted to say in terms of like I guess introducing myself, personally and professionally, true and blue, I'm an entrepreneur lah.
I see.
That's how I identify myself. My identity is associated with entrepreneurship, is associated with business. The way I talk, the way I think, the way I interact with other people, it's 100% always associated with business. Everything I do is in line with entrepreneurship and business. My first ever real corporate job, I was very lucky because I got into a large multinational company that was just
Okay.
going through an acquisition.
Okay.
So when the acquisition happened, there was a huge cultural shift in the local team. So I was one of the
Okay.
first few staff that entered. So a whole bunch of local staff, they didn't like that cultural shift. They
Right.
were a very laid back Australian company, and a large American company had taken them over, and the American culture was a lot stronger. They were a lot more like go getter, like let's get shit done. Like, let's they were a bit more like hardcore lah.
Yeah.
And the laid back Aussie culture, that vibe didn't work with the incumbent staff. So a lot of them resigned. So I was one of the first few like young punks that just got in, and I felt like, okay, I was backed by a big company. But what I didn't realize was that on a local context, it was very, very much a startup environment. because nobody knew about this big brand that was in the States.
Okay.
And they partner with big clients. They have HP lah, Dell lah, AIG lah, General Motors lah, General Electric. They have a lot of government contracts. Massive billion-dollar company in the States. But locally, nobody knows who they are, right? But I thought we were a big deal because of what I've heard about this big company, right? But locally, it's like, oh shit,
one knows.
nobody knows who you are. So you're just given a name card and a bit of scope of work, and you're told to do tasks, right? And so me, and then there are a few other people that joined as well that became key members of the team. We were just really hungry lah. We're just really hungry to like make something out of ourselves. And so we just like worked our asses off. And locally, that brand started to really grow in the market and started to increase in size. So I was very lucky. I had a really, really good mentor, a really, really good boss that I looked up to like crazy. Like I parroted him. I listened to everything he said. Like you asked me to jump, I say how high. Like just sponge. I wanted to fast track my learning and my growth by listening to him. So he was just like, you do this, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, like American, right? And I just listened. I didn't realize that experience working for someone else in the corporate environment was actually my first ever true experience of what it's like to be in a startup environment. So the only thing that we had backing us was payroll, right? So you just feel like, hey, every month I dapat gaji, month I dapat gaji. That's the only piece of safety that we had, but very little else.
True.
Very, very little else. We had to do everything locally. We had some regional help. We had great mentorship and great bosses guiding us, right? But as a team, we had to grow the brand locally. So that growth was kind of the beginning of my journey into understanding what it was like as an entrepreneur. And the funny thing is, I didn't even know that was what I was doing.
Was that your first job?
My first real job.
So I didn't know. Good experience, man. That pressure as well.
Yeah, it's so much pressure.
It's very good.
So much pressure. There's a saying, right? In entrepreneurship, right? The smart people, really smart people, don't really do very well, right? And in fact, you could even be too dumb to quit and then succeed as a result, right?
Okay.
So at my younger years, I was blissfully ignorant enough to be too dumb to quit because I didn't know that was what we were doing. It was a startup environment, right? So that gave me the confidence to, like work. There are a few very capable people that were also seniors in that business. But we started to think about, hey, maybe we should start our own show. So that's how a few of us who were leaders in that business, after years of working for somebody else, we said, hey, maybe it's time for us to start our own business. So my first business that I started after being in a corporate sector was a recruitment company. So this was a recruitment nature of business lah. So start a recruitment firm. After recruitment, I got into color cosmetics with my partner, and then after that, it was the vape business, and then also for a short while there was gummy products as well, and then the wine bar. So we opened a wine bar, and then wine bar was.
I think wine bar was after.
Yeah, wine bar was after. But after the cosmetic business, we learned about e-commerce and all that, and using that knowledge base, started our own digital marketing agency.
Right.
So COVID was actually a blessing in disguise for us because it was the rapid shock to the system for everyone to go digital, have to go online.
True.
So demand was like kind of incidental. Like a friend would be like, hey, how do you build a website? How are you doing e-commerce? I need to start having an online presence. We'll be like, Shopify? Okay, just take some pictures, Shopify, do some copywriting, ta-da, website. So they were like, okay, can you help me? We were like, sure. What's your budget? And then we were shocked at how big the budgets were. We were like, oh, okay, cool. I'll do it for you, no problem. And then once the website was done, the web stores, a few web stores were done from different contacts and friends through COVID. Next question was, so how do you bring customers to the website? And we were like, Instagram, social media. And they were like, great, can you help me with my Instagram? Can you help me with my social media? So then we were like, okay, we may need a designer. So we hired a designer.
Oh, okay.
Right? And then we were like, we need photos and videos. So we hired a photographer. And that literally was like the very beginning inception of the agency. And I didn't realize how much potential there was because one of our very first large projects was the 5G Digital Malaysia project from Telecom, from TM. So the TM project came in, and we were like charging like maybe like 2K per month, and this is like way back when, right? And then TM's budgets were like 20-30x that.
Yeah.
So we were like,
I mean, it's government body like
Yeah,
I mean,
they got the.
it's pros and cons because we
Funds
got
for it.
paid like a year later. So the payment terms are a bit of a stretch for us, but we were able to secure and deliver such projects because we just had the in-house capabilities,
Right.
and we really wanted it lah. We really wanted the job because we were like, what else can we do? Within a short time frame, the revenue from the agency started to just grow leaps and bounds above the cosmetic business. So then our
Right.
focus shifted towards the agency, and the agency also provided for forecasting and recurring revenue, meaning that you had longer term contracts. So then you were able to commit to full-time talent better, full-time staff better, right? So that cash flow allowed us to start building the agency, and so now we've got a lot of large brands under our portfolio. We've got absolutely brilliant team. I
Right.
take pride in paying them above market rate. I think they're fantastic. We've got 23 staff around there.
Oh,
Yeah. So a lot of me and my identity is really revolved around what I've done
right.
and my
right.
business, and that's literally me.
I just want to ask, like, because you've gotten into different types of businesses, and like from vapes to makeup, zero relations with each other.
Yep.
Which one was your favorite, and which one is like the easiest to actually get into?
Define what you mean by get into.
Like
Easier for you to at least compete with market.
Is it
ke apa,
competing with market, or
the
in terms of like getting it getting the ball rolling?
getting
from
the ball
organizing
rolling.
things
Yeah,
and stuff?
I know
Okay,
F&B.
so the way you see it is like this, right? You've got your capex. You've
Okay.
got cost. Firstly, you need capital outlay. Like you've got to have money to do something,
Yeah.
right? So if you want to do something, right, you need to buy the thing first.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And usually when you buy the thing, there's MOQs. There's a minimum order quantity to buy anything. And then you can, nowadays it's a bit less because like AliExpress and all this, like you can go like Chinese big platforms online, you can get stuff and then do OEM branding, and then you can start marketing. But generally speaking, it really depends on your risk appetite and what, at least you need some know-how in certain areas. Like even though we did like cosmetics, or we did the vape business, I got into cosmetics because I love the margins and I wanted to sell to women because female purchasing power was just rising.
Oh, that's true.
Right?
That's true.
And then on top of that as well, my partner was very well versed in the product side. And also she did a lot of the marketing because she had seen how the other large cosmetic brands on Instagram were just growing and growing.
Right.
So I had like that like sheer dumb faith. Like I had the too dumb to quit mentality because I'm like, I'm a startup guy. I can do startup. I can do any business. So it's just like that, like blind grit, like that brute force of like you can do it, coupled with what we learned online, was how the cosmetic business came about, because we had so much leeway with margins. Margins were plenty. So in any business that you want to start, you got to ask yourself, what is my first capital outlay? What am I willing to lose? So say, for example, if you're buying a specific SKU, like a specific stock keeping unit, one product, right? You can't just start a business maybe with one product. Maybe you can, right? If it's cosmetics, you probably need an array of products, right? If it's like...
If it's like sambal.
if it's sambal, maybe you just have one product.
One
Damn good product. And it's recurring as well.
Yeah.
Cosmetics, the problem is it's not recurring. Because once you buy it, you want to buy something else. You won't buy the same thing again. You won't consume the same thing again. It's
but
different
if
from
it's working
skincare.
for them, don't they want to just buy the same thing again and again and again?
No. Color cosmetics, women don't finish the whole thing. It like almost never finishes. If it's skincare, then you need it, like if it's anti-aging or things like that, then you consume it. But us, for color cosmetics, it's not consumed. So there's no recurring. So what's the model, right? Recurring is definitely favored. If it's non-recurring, you have better margins, but then you have to always keep marketing. If you don't keep marketing, then people don't know about you. They don't repurchase. So you don't have repurchase.
Because you want to get new customers all the time.
Yes.
It's not
You
reoccurring.
always need to market the new customers. So all business has pros and cons. So for the cosmetic business, it wasn't recurring. That was the concern. with the vape business, we were like, let's go crazy on recurring because it's an addictive substance and it's supposed to be healthy alternative to nicotine. That cigarettes lah.
Yeah.
So so we were like, okay, let's go ham on recurring. So that business actually took off within the first 3 months. We were doing like 40 grand a month. Like it was super fast.
Damn.
Super fast. Yeah. And recurring.
Because it was also very trending at the point of time.
Yeah,
A lot of
it was
people
very
were
trending.
wanting to vape.
And we were doing a lot of events. We can't do Instagram ads because of controlled substance. We can't do the ads. So we had to do events. So the reason why that kind of went to shit was because of COVID. We couldn't do events. Yeah. So then we were like, oh, what do we do now? So it was in the dying of that and the surviving of the Glamex brand that somehow through COVID the agency formed.
Right.
You get what I mean? If it's like the bar, like Vineyard, the bar, it is capital outlay. So if it's brick and mortar, then you have to spend a lot of money to do all the ID.
Yeah.
If it's e-com online, then you have to meet a certain MOQ, minimum order quantity, to purchase the thing. Now you have the thing, you have to spend money to market the thing.
Yeah.
Right? And the higher the MOQ, the more money you spend, but the cheaper the cost per good.
True.
But that also means that you get better quality
Profit,
and more customization.
Yeah, profit margin also. Yeah.
Because the lower the MOQ, right, the more players in the game. For example, like you go AliExpress, you see MOQ 10. Everyone is also buying. Everyone wants to start their own business and everyone's buying on 10. But if the MOQ is 10,000, then it's very customized, it's very specialized. You have all your USPs because now the product is competing against a very niche market. So now you can stand out. But then again, are you willing to buy 10,000 worth of product? Okay, so this is what happens if it's product. This is what happens if it's recurring or not, and then this is what happens if it's brick and mortar or not. Right. So then next is content. Content, service business. Service business are easiest to start. Easiest to start, but again, it depends on what meets your objectives because it's hard to scale. So the problem that we have right now is we can grow to a certain size, but now it's very hard to scale because every single piece of asset that you produce to your clients is non-replicable, right? Every asset is a unique asset, right? So a lot of moving parts. So I can start today. So how do I start a service business? I give you freemium. I say, hey, Mr. Customer, I will start the business by providing you a service for free for the first month. If you like it, you can continue. If you don't like it, then, well, I apologize. It's no risk to you. So today I can start a new service business very easily. Right? But product business, I need to buy products. Brick and mortar, I need to do ID and rent and everything. So every business has its pros and cons. So you can't really say like one's easiest to start. If I would give you a simple answer, anything in service sector
will be the easiest to start.
Go offer gardening. Go offer gardening. Go offer car washing.
Dude,
can start.
The whole gardening thing, I didn't know was a thing until I saw videos online.
Yeah, people like watching things like that as well.
Dude, they literally go house to house.
Yeah.
Ask them, hey, can I cut your grass for free?
And they get the content.
They get the content, free content, dude. Before, after, and dude, I clicked on it, dude. Then my algorithm just went wild, dude.
Gardening.
Start promoting like gardening products. I'm like, I live in a condo. No grass here to cut, man. So dude, insane, man.
So that's the thing, like if you easiest to start a business is service lah. Just offer people to wash car and then you're starting a business.
So coming to us as podcasters, right? Like we have we are in like what, this is probably like the 25th episode that we're in. I think we are still very, very, very early in our podcast channel. Like one is like, how do you think a podcaster could monetize their content, not the normal fashion, like how like usually it's like, oh, like when you're speaking about something and then there's a climax of any conversation and then they'll cut to a brand, or we are promoting for this brand, Manscaped, all this stuff, and it's either that or like it's this YouTube partnership program where an ad will come in from Samsung or an iPhone and stuff like that. How do you think as podcasters, right, we can be a bit more different because we still need to monetize something eventually, right, for money, but how can we be more different to sell these brands at the same time as well, you know, still retain the audience, like viewership.
We don't want to end up like a typical tool.
It's like out of suddenly like, oh guys, this podcast is sponsored by
a lot of channels do
New
that
Era
already,
and things like
and
that.
because now that we just started, we don't really see a problem so much because we understand that they're trying to make some sort of income as well. But from an audience POV, I'm like, man.
Because even right now as well, for example, like if I'm watching, because I've watched podcasts, so I'm sure you watch podcasts a lot as well. Out of nowhere, suddenly like there's an ad. You know the ad will probably be at least 15 seconds or stuff.
Yeah.
So you will just, for me, I will just click next, skip. So how do we not like have that happen for our podcast?
First question you need to ask yourself is, why do people watch you?
That's what I ask myself every time.
You see, like, wait, why are people watching me?
I don't know, dude. I'm not telling people to stop.
Okay.
Yeah, please keep watching.
Keep
Yeah,
watching.
watching. I think people
That's
watch
why I appreciate
us.
them, dude.
I feel the reason why people watch us is our niche is we
Morons.
one is we
Bodoh nak mampus.
Yeah.
And that's how it is.
Our niche.
it's because I think we it's like something, it's like you're watching Friends, or if you're
Yeah.
watching like series like that, it's right, it's like you're not really paying a lot of attention. You
That's
don't
what I said.
Yeah.
It's for morons.
Yeah. It's like you're not getting a lot of value
Yeah.
from like learning perspective. Sometimes like there's some motivation stuff lah, but it's more like humorous. It's more like taking you out of your reality for a bit.
Yeah.
A no-brainer punya content lah.
It's like you're like
just-
like working out. You can just listen to this while you're working out, or you're doing some chores at home,
Yeah.
or you're
Yeah.
chilling out. You're about to pass out, or you are driving. This is the type of conversation you will actually listen
Yeah.
to. So that is the niche that we are in.
Yeah. So it's like a graph. You can picture like a graph, right?
Yeah.
So the higher the value you provide, the deeper the value you provide, the lower the number of audience you're gonna get. Think of it that way.
Okay.
So if you're providing like crack content
Yeah.
or silly content or
Yeah.
purely entertainment content,
Yeah.
where it's not like scalpel niche specific, like how do I do something very
Okay,
specific
okay.
for a very specific group of
Yeah,
market?
yeah, yeah.
So you can really add value. The value you add is tremendous for a small number of people, right? Then you want to look at monetization quicker. So some people can make a lot of money with like 500 subscribers because like all they need is to convert 1% of the 500, and those
Understand.
people can
Oh,
already
okay.
provide them like some recurring
Yeah.
revenue.
Yeah,
or whatever,
yeah.
Right. So if you're aiming to go far and wide, like mass market, right?
Yeah.
I would recommend to hold on as much as you can to the authenticity of your brand for the longest period that you can possible, where you suddenly will be like, hey, I'm going to turn that dial and be like, maybe it's time to look into monetization. Okay, so there's a principle called like disproportionate goodwill, which means that you are just adding value and giving value, like whether it's happiness or whether it's laughter or banter or people watch you because they're getting something out of it, like maybe it's funny ke kelakar ke apa kan. So they're getting some value. So if you're disproportionately adding as much goodwill as you possibly can, there will be a small group of people that actually follow you like die hard. They always follow you.
Yeah.
They always listen to you, and they are gonna convert. They are gonna be people that if you say, hey, I use this type of shaver, or hey, I use this type of like, I don't know, this is my tuner, or this is my whatever, this is my workshop or whatever.
It could be anything.
Yeah, it could be anything, and they would listen a bit more as opposed to if they're introduced to you for the first time, right? So the real question is, how long can you hold away from monetization and remain authentic before you go, hey, I think it's time to monetize. So you can have a goal, right? Maybe it's 10,000 subscribers. Or maybe it's like, fuck it, like you have a full-time job, I'm making income, I live pretty well, I have a car, I have a house, I have a girl, I have whatever, I have my things sorted out. Do I really need this money now? Because it may come at the discredit of my authenticity. And I don't want to like do that to my audience. It's like, hi guys, look, this is my toothpaste. Like nobody's interested in that, right?
Yeah.
So then like try and just keep the show going and keep running the race, because just by being in the game and just by running the race, a lot of people will quit. Your competition will lose out. And then like you will see on YouTube, right? People will be like at 10K subs forever. And then boom, they hit 100K. They suddenly blow up, right? It's like Diary of a CEO, like suddenly just started to go like hundreds of thousands. Hundreds of thousands.
Out of nowhere,
He
man.
just started snowballing, right?
Yeah.
So it's like he's very careful with how and when he does his ads, and he also endorses brands that he actually invests in. I think he's a partner in the brand like Huel and all this. He's already deeply invested in the product development, in the brand, in the company. So he's saying, hey, I'm endorsing this because this is mine. So why do people buy his products? Because they trust him. They trust him. You know, you're not getting ad revenue from like some guy's toothpaste brand or some guy's like, you know, whatever PPF service or car coating or whatever. You know, you're not doing that.
That's true.
You may want to start your own brand later on.
Yeah.
Or you may just wanna be like, hey, maybe my niche is comedy. Maybe you can sell out shows.
Mm.
Yeah.
Maybe people actually want to come and see you live.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know,
Alright.
because you guys are funny and like you get some fan base, and then you want to sell tickets instead.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm.
Maybe when you have 100,000 subs, you're like, hey, we can pack out like
50 people.
50 people, 100 people, 200 people can come to a venue,
Yeah.
and we can have like a fun like Andrew Schultz type
Yeah.
comedy skit with these people.
Mm.
So you don't even know what you want to monetize yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? And anything that you do will impact your authenticity.
Yeah.
So again, the question is, how far can you remain authentic while still adding goodwill to the market and asking for nothing in return?
Yeah.
The longer you do that, the better.
Okay.
And you guys have full-time jobs. If you can just do this for 2 years, if you do this for 2 years for real, it will blow up. It will blow up. And at the end of the day, it's a shit ton of money.
Mm.
So why like sell some shit now? You can literally like survive.
Right.
That's what we do in entrepreneurship as well. Like a lot of what we do is just survive.
Okay.
We just like add value and don't ask for much. Add value and don't ask for much. And if you keep doing that, you actually realize that holy shit, I've opened so many doors, and
Right.
all these people are giving me money,
Right.
and that grows leaps and bounds.
Right.
But and also another thing is,
I was gonna say, like, if people just listen now at where you said, I was just opening doors and people handed me money, they're like, yo, we need to go to this building, man.
this is building.
It's
It's
insane,
a
bro.
metaphorical door.
Yo, which
Yeah,
bank
bro,
is this?
Yeah. It's a metaphorical.
Alright. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think 90% of podcasters don't pass the 20th or 22nd episode or something.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah. So you just have to do it.
God,
Yeah.
We're at 24.
We're at 25.
Yeah.
This is the 25th though.
Yeah.
Damn,
so
man.
if not 90, yeah, it's like higher than that, like 99 or 95 or something. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But it's damn high. So everyone thinks they want to do podcasts. Everyone thinks it's a damn good idea.
Yeah.
And they do it for like the first 3, 4, 5 episodes, and then they just die.
Mm.
Like the try rate and the success rate is like
Yeah.
super disproportionate. Like everyone can play guitar, but nobody gets paid for it.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. So everyone starts a podcast, but nobody like actually gets past the 20th episode.
Yeah.
20th or 22nd, something like that.
Yeah.
They don't get past it.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you're
it's
already
true.
in the top 90%. So, and you're getting salaries, you have jobs,
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
live well.
Yeah.
You need to monetize your page today?
True.
Fuck no.
Yeah.
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 Don't do it.
You
Yeah,
said 2
that's-
years,
that's what-
right?
If you can do it for 2 years, you'll have at least 100,000 subs.
And high
You
blood
monetize
pressure.
the shit out of it.
That's also what we are afraid of as well, is losing our authenticity.
Yeah.
As a consumer as well, like I do feel the same when I'm like
Yeah.
consuming some content from a person I kind of starting to like.
Yeah.
And then suddenly like starting to like, and then he's like, we're advertising for this brand and
Yeah.
stuff. And we're like, what the fuck, dude? I just starting to like you, and now I'm watching something else they're endorsing.
Yeah.
I'd rather just watch you.
Who's that? Like, I don't like this guy. What's his name? The one that Jake Paul Logan. Yeah.
Yeah.
That Logan Paul.
Logan Paul, yeah.
Yeah.
Logan
Okay.
Jake.
So he has Prime,
Yeah.
right? What other business does he have?
He has like a bunch
the
of
podcast?
NFTs.
Yeah.
Impulsive is one of his
Yeah.
brand as well.
But Impulsive is not like, he doesn't sell stuff on that.
Before this, he has a lot of endorsement.
He's
from
in
different
WWE
brands.
now as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
He's a
yeah.
Yeah,
wrestler
so
now.
Impulsive now he is promoting just Prime, but sometimes he does have some other brands, like for example like Manscaped,
Yeah.
like the shaving brands that he still advertise, but
Yeah.
on his set he has Prime everywhere.
Now, a simple benchmark can be like, when did he first start creating content, and when did he launch Prime?
Oh,
and
it's
then
like
and then you will be
so
like,
far.
oh shit, he gave that much goodwill.
Yeah.
So now you see disproportionate goodwill.
Yeah.
For what time horizon
Yeah.
equals when do I launch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then fuck, I'll just do it
Yeah.
for that long.
And
Yeah.
Prime didn't didn't do like this crazy well because of his podcast.
Mm.
It was who he was before
it's
the
because
podcast.
of his brand.
Correct.
And
Because
all
of
the
his
crazy
brand,
shit he
yeah.
did
Like
before.
Like Vine and way back when.
Yeah,
he started
yeah,
from
yeah.
Vine, and then he
Yeah.
started like
Yeah,
doing daily
Vine.
vlogging
Yeah.
kind of thing, and then
Yeah.
after daily vlogging is when he started Impulsive.
Yeah.
Impulsive also, like they're in what 400 episodes now,
Yeah.
dude. Like so long. And then
Insane.
after the 100th or like the 150th episode is
Yeah.
when they started actually monetizing it. They started having some brands and things like
Mm.
that.
You know,
Yeah.
like Alex Hormozy.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
he's my age.
Yeah.
He's my age. He's worth hundreds of millions.
Yeah.
He's a whole different league. Like just like outclasses like all of us, right? And he used to start all of his not just podcasts but like his
Yeah.
YouTube videos by saying, "I'm Alex Hormozy and I've got nothing to sell you."
Yeah, he sounds like that.
I'm Alex Hormozy. I got nothing to sell you. So like you've got 1,000 subs. I don't know, 1.5 maybe.
Yeah.
Why are you selling shit? Like
Yeah.
you can get to 100,000
Yeah.
and still be like, I've got nothing to sell you. But the power you have the attention you command, the influence you have is tremendous, and that is value, and that is monetizable.
Okay.
So just keep going.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
So any podcasters out there that wants to start, maybe just don't start. Let's just be
24.
the one.
Yeah.
We
start and quit.
Yeah, just quit before the 20th episode.
Yeah.
So it's better for us actually.
We got 375 more episodes before we can launch a drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's basically
Crime.
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 That's when we actually start. Yeah.
It's so good, it should be a crime.
It's like, wait, what?
Go to drink for robbers. Let's go, dude.
I think one thing that we come to a state where we feel that will be the best time for us to monetize. I think we wouldn't know when as well. Like, I think it will come to a point where you're like, fuck, I think it's time for us to monetize lah. And
Yeah,
then
yeah,
we
yeah,
should do it.
yeah.
You will be approached. It could just be me. It could be other people.
God.
You would be approached. So basically, somebody will come to you and be like, hey, I want to partner with you because you have an audience.
We accept.
Right. So, example is Proper 12. Proper 12.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Terramana Tequila.
Yeah.
I think even Kali Cosmetics. I think even what Sephora did with Rihanna as well.
Yeah.
They just monetize on your audience. Aviators or so that the one that
Ryan Reynolds,
Yes. This is not like he started the brand.
Yeah,
we all have the marketing narrative is I'm The
working
Rock
on it
and
for the
I'm doing
past few
Terramana
years,
Tequila.
yeah.
This is my mana.
Dude.
No. It's the opposite.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like the large manufacturer of maybe multiple brands. They approach The Rock. The BD person approaches The Rock and says, hey, would you like to partner with our factory? Because we will leverage on your distribution. We will do the supply. We will do
Yeah.
the production. We'll put your logo on it. You market. We do 50-50 or some kind of deal.
Right.
So all you need to do is build the damn audience base.
Yeah.
As a business as well, right? I'm very sure a lot of people will actually go through a lot of rough times. Like the initial stages, it's like your dopamine is so high. I'm so excited to fucking start. But after doing the 5th or the 4th episode, for example, for podcasting or selling something, you'll come to a stage where like the dopamine is no longer there as well.
Yeah.
Like now this is real. Like things start like slowing down, like then slowing down, and then after you still just push through is when slowly it just skyrockets
Goes
up,
up,
right?
yeah.
How do you think people can actually learn from those stages
Yeah.
to eventually like come and rise up?
Also, because it's
So many questions in
no,
one.
it's interrelated.
Okay.
As you are going down, when do you know it's time to exit? And when do you know, like, I think can tahan lagi lah. Let's hold out until it goes back up.
Is that too many questions?
I think so. So sorry, Ryan. I'm so sorry.
Okay, I have left multiple businesses. I have exited from multiple businesses. There are many indicators.
Yeah.
In my opinion, there are many.
That's the word. I was looking for the word.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
there are many
Indicators.
indicators. So, I would say, don't be stubborn. Don't be stubborn. So first things first, right? The make or break in any business is partners. Ask anybody. Ask anybody that's in business. Partners. Like you can have a shitty product and a shitty like system and a shitty service, but you have great partners. You can kind of make it work lah. It's not gonna be the best, but you can kind of make it work. But partners first. Partners like table stakes,
Yeah.
right? Like you can't drive a car without 4 wheels.
Yeah.
Like you need this first before you can move.
Yeah, okay.
Partners first. So what I mean by partners, not to say good or bad, right? It's like, are you aligned? Are you in the same direction? And there needs to be a good synergy in terms of this is your space, this is my space. Don't try and encroach in other people's territory. If they're good at something, trust them to get that done. If you're good at something, they have to trust you to get this done. And not
Okay.
vice versa, right?
Okay.
And even if, so for example, if this is my role, right? Even if they disagree with how I'm approaching it, and even if the end result is negative, both partners will have to deal with the consequences of this partner's actions in the move that they make, right? Because there's a saying, right? It's not about the right or wrong decision. It's about making a decision and then making it right.
Okay.
You will find a way. You'll find a way, right? The grass is not green on the other side. The grass is green where you water it, right? So similarly, like you make a move and then you make the move work. You make the move right. So partners number one, right? Next to that is indicators. So disruption and business model. So I don't really enjoy business model where it's a one-off purchase. I try and develop recurring. So in marketing, it's something called LTV, lifetime value. So if I spend all this money to acquire you as a customer, I'm not betting on making money from you today. I want to make money from you in the next year, 2 years, lifetime value, because you will come back and come back.
Yeah.
McDonald's, for example, they get their customers. Customer acquisition happens very young. So McDonald's marketed me to be their customer for 10, 20 years. I heard about McDonald's 20 years ago. I'm still your customer.
Yeah.
So you spent money to market to get me as a customer 20 years ago. I'm still giving you money.
Right.
That's the beauty of lifetime value.
Yeah.
So is your business model providing lifetime value? Is it recurring? All right. That's indicators. The third indicator is market forces. So like disruptors, right? Like a great disruptor right now is AI.
Oh,
Right.
yes, it is.
So right now I'm in the content business. So as long as people are interested in content, they will consume my content. So I shifted model immediately when I saw indicators. Simple indicator is my agency only did static and motion. Once in a while do video.
Yeah.
Right? Right. You know this.
Yeah.
You know this. Very, very quickly, everyone's doing video. Most of what we do now is video related. So the whole thing shifted. I'm still in the same space. I'm still working on the same platforms. I still have the same clients, but what I produce is vastly different.
Okay.
It's vastly different. My investments are vastly different. The money I've spent on video gear is vastly different. The investment to the team with video also is vastly different.
Okay.
And agencies that just stick to what they know, static asset, you know, they would not understand that consumption behavior is moving towards video. And number two, they would be priced very low. Video's priced way different.
Yeah.
One static asset is how much? One video, I charge way more.
Yeah.
Way more. Because of the complexity, pre-production, post-production, talent,
Yeah.
all these things.
Yeah.
So I can charge way more. So video has upped our margins tremendously, right?
True.
So these are indicators, right? So indicators not only say that, hey, this is when I should quit, but hey, this is where I should go.
Like pivot. Would you pivot or?
It's not pivot, it's just how you navigate, lah, right? So a few businesses that I've been in, it was partners. With New Bay, it was COVID. COVID was like, I can't do events. Also monetizing and doing things online would be very difficult because I can't run my ads because it's restricted. So that's a huge thing. If I'm going to do marketing on Instagram and I can't run my ads, it's kind of silly.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
And then the opposite of that is, please quit. Like, stop.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, quit. I've quit a bunch of things. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
So you're saying it's okay to quit?
I mean, depend on the indication.
In all honesty,
based on
right?
the-
In all honesty, right? Like when people say like, oh, don't quit, like don't ever quit, right?
That's
I think that's fucking stubborn, lah.
Yeah.
That's what if you're just so fucking stubborn.
Yeah.
Nobody, like, the whole market is telling you, bro, like,
We
this
don't need
ain't it.
anymore. Yeah.
Like Blockbuster, for example.
Oh yeah.
Blockbuster is a great example of like
Yeah.
too stubborn to. It's not even quit.
True.
You could have Blockbuster's version of Netflix.
Yeah.
You could have pivoted,
Yeah.
but you didn't.
Nokia did the same thing.
Nokia did the same thing.
Yeah.
So then, isn't that too stubborn to quit?
People want breakable phones. How they
Yeah.
gonna buy new ones, man?
Yeah, exactly.
If everything's fucking invincible, right?
Is it really quitting if you're admitting reality?
I don't think so.
Again, right? There's a saying, right? If you have a problem with the facts, then the problem is with you.
Sounded like Yoda said it, man. Shit. Problem you are. Padawan. Quit you must. Quit you must. Indicator here. Facts here. Indicator
Stupid you are. Yeah lah. What the fuck lah?
Yeah lah, it's
You,
true,
you
man.
play a game, you can win lah and make good money lah. Why not? Why have all the odds stacked against you and then be stubborn?
Yeah, it's true, man.
That's an
Okay,
example.
so looking at the market trend, right? Based on what you said earlier, like you kind of like saw like the trend was moving towards video from
Yeah.
just static as well, right? But I'm very sure that like you wanting to adapt as well as an entrepreneur, you also have to look at what's next. Right? What are the next thing that people want to see? What are the next thing that's attention that you're able to monetize out of it as well? What do you think would be next as content?
I don't think it's like what's next. It's like what's already happening. Because like, let's be real, like in this part of the world, we are kind of like lagging with what already happens in the West or what already happens globally. We kind of like podcasting was like popular like years ago, and now we're like, okay, let's get into it.
Yeah.
What's next for us? I think long form lah. like high quality long form content is really picking
Coming-
up,
Alright.
taking off. And also like with the rise of AI and all this, right? There's two ways, one is like for some reason maybe AI can create content that's interactive. So like every content is gamified. So that would be interesting,
Yeah.
but that would be complex for us to create. But maybe using AI tools, it's
Yeah.
possible. Another would be like raw authenticity, like uncurated raw
Yeah.
authenticity. So that's where TikTok is like really dominant now, because you get to see truly what happens behind the brand.
Yeah.
Like I saw this funny ad of like, it was like a dental, I don't know, studio or dental shop or whatever,
Yeah.
right? And it's like a few girls, and they're like the marketing girls, and they're just like sitting there in front of like by the couch in front of the screen, and they're just like, please make a booking. We're so tired of doing content, right? It's like cute and funny,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And it's like the marketing team that's just like struggling to create content because they want to drive sales for the
Yeah.
dental clinic, lah.
Yeah.
It's cute and it's funny, right? And it went viral, it popped off, and it
Yeah.
got X number of views. So probably it does help with the shop's marketing, and
Right.
incidentally you may actually get bookings,
Right.
right? So it's like that, like it's meta. It's like that raw, authentic, like please just buy my
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Right,
Or like,
right.
oh, this is like my struggle with my boss,
Mm.
or this is like the funny thing the intern is doing. So like super relatable, super raw, super BTS. Dunkin' Global does that really well. McDonald's does it really well. Taco Bell Global does it really well. Not
right.
local, the local
Oh,
pages
okay.
like need to. There's such a wide gap
Right.
between like how authentically skillful and real
Right.
social is done on American pages compared to what happens here. Here it's still like localized. It's
Right.
still, we've got so much to learn, lah. And really the learning is like breaking that barrier, because we're so like inauthentic and so robotic.
Yeah.
And what they've done in the States is they're able to make fun of themselves.
Mm.
McDonald's, Taco Bell makes fun of themselves, and they're just
Yeah.
like we're just that,
Mission
that
not
friendly
yet, but-
neighborhood taco joint. Like, come enjoy your tacos. Like, it's a good time,
Yeah.
right? Like, it's like a friend marketing to
Yeah,
another
yeah.
friend. So that relatability and that rawness is already being done. Not to say what's next, it's already being done, but it should be done a lot more locally, lah. Yeah.
Right.
So I think like that, and also long form.
Yeah.
Yeah, long form I think is
Long
something
form
that
coming
people
back, huh?
There's a lot of rise on like raw content. There's one of this like bodybuilder guy. He's like 21 years old. He's a YouTuber as well.
Anatoly, I don't know.
Sam
Sam
Sulek.
Sulek.
Oh, Sam's like, yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
it's like it's so fucking raw. All he
Yeah.
does is click record,
Yeah.
and then he just talks while he's driving to
It's
gym.
like 40 minutes
Dude,
long.
it feels like his dog edited the videos. Dude. That's how raw it was.
Basically, he
dude.
just put the clip there, a next clip, this clip, and then
Cut
done.
it.
Dude.
And then an intro at the beginning,
Yeah.
then that's done.
Yeah.
It works.
Like he probably takes, I would say, based on his content, he probably only takes 15 to 20 minutes to export and then upload.
Cut him, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's got views, millions.
views. dude.
B-rolls, people don't care anymore
Yeah.
about B-rolls, dude.
Yeah.
So it's insane, dude. Like 40 minutes worth of content from him non-stop. And I didn't even realize it's like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Pure like
Did you feel like you had a workout after watching?
no at all, dude. The weight, his weights are insane, bro. But like shit, like him dropping the camera, it's
Yeah.
all in there,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, which is authentic. People like watching shit like
Yeah.
that now, actually.
I think
Yeah.
authenticity is big. And that's the interesting thing, right? Authenticity, I think, will always be in fashion.
Oh, right.
Nobody wants to consume somebody trying to be somebody else.
Yeah.
And
Right.
as a brand, like, you need a brand voice. And that brand voice need to be authentic to what the brand represents.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
Like, that's what I think is what's next for the local scene. Lah.
Yeah.
The local
Yeah.
scene should really look
Get
into
into
what's
that lah.
happening in
Yeah.
in the other markets. Yeah.
Ryan also actually he has his own podcast video.
Huh?
It's a
No
podcast.
lah, no.
I mean he recorded lah. There was like
Oh,
three
okay.
three podcasts that
There
you
was
actually three or
two.
four.
Two, only
Was
two.
it two?
Yeah. I'm one of the failure statistics. Like,
Thank
Didn't
you so
even
much for
publish.
feeling.
anything for you guys.
Thank you for feeling. I know lah.
Because like right now you have a separate entity that you are building, which is actually the agency, right? Do you see yourself actually building your own personal identity as well, like having your own car show because you say you like car, or having your own podcast?
Hey, dude, you never know after this episode.
Hey.
I don't know, man.
He's like, whoa.
I don't know.
Give me that D, Ryan.
Whoa.
Ah.
Oh shit, Ryan's show giving you the D. Oh,
Dude,
it could be
settle.
details. Give me
Yeah.
the details.
Car detailing.
Ah.
Yeah. No, I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm still trying to figure out if I should do it or not. How do I operationalize it? How do I make it sustainable? How much time it will take out of my day to have the right setup to do it or not.
Well, we didn't think about any of this.
We just
We were just like,
through.
just go.
Just go with it, bro.
Don't think.
I want to be branded a certain way.
Mm.
I think I need to be branded a certain way. Like,
right.
and I'm not sure how. I haven't decided how to curate that branding yet
I see.
for myself.
How do you think you want to be branded as?
I want to be quite raw, and also I want to be able to actually genuinely add value. So ridiculous, right? I always say that people don't like unsolicited advice. You know, like people don't like you go meet somebody, hey, you should do this, you should work out like this, you diet like this, you like shut the fuck up. Like you know, like people don't like unsolicited advice. But I do tend to give unsolicited advice. Even though I'm like aware that I should not be doing it.
Right.
But I do tend to give unsolicited advice. So I think my goal in life is to actually do as I say I will do. Okay? So then that leads to being a good leader, right? Because only a good leader could inspire yourself to actually take instructions from yourself. Right? And the big problem that we have as human beings is that we're unable to lead ourselves. Right? I said I'm gonna go leg day. I skip leg day. I said I'm gonna go diet. I tak diet.
Same.
I said I'm not gonna get like overly drunk, and then I went and got drunk. Like I said I wasn't gonna do this and I did this. So there's so many things that we keep telling others and telling ourselves that we're gonna do, and we don't end up doing them. Right? I want to be more strict on myself, and with being more strict on myself, I'm able to become a better person. Like how a father would on themselves.
Oh,
right?
okay.
So that's kind of how I want to brand myself, and I feel like I'm not even there yet.
Right.
I'm not even there. I'm not proud of myself enough because I don't listen to myself enough to let alone like give advice or start something.
Right.
You get what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So like that's my hesitation, because that's how I want to brand myself. Like I want to be stricter on myself before I can earn the right to even like talk about things.
Right.
Yeah. Macam tak dewasa, belum dewasa lagi. Even though I'm 34, I'm not as proud of myself as I should be. Yeah. That's truly why I'm like hesitant. So we filmed the last 2 podcasts and I was like, so what the fuck am I saying? Like that's not even me.
Did you watch it back and then?
I didn't even want to watch it back. I just felt like it wasn't me. I don't know.
Who am I?
That's when you ask
Batman
me,
would never say that.
Who's Ryan?
That's why I asked.
That's when you come in.
When do you know that you are Ryan?
I'm still figuring it out.
Damn, dude, I did not expect that question to make sense, dude. Holy crap,
Now
man.
it does.
That's existential, man.
Yeah,
That's
man.
next level.
Genius I am. But yeah, dude, do you have any questions?
Oh, you're still there.
Yeah.
You're still there.
He never asked yet.
Yeah. I mean, we may not have the
Yeah.
answers.
We
Do you have
have-
any questions for you guys?
Yeah, high probability we won't.
What was the... There had to be some kind of like
Trigger?
moment, or trigger that you guys were like, I have to start this. Because you're doing completely different scope of work.
Yeah.
You're doing a completely different scope of
Yeah.
work. You guys
Yeah, dude.
you guys get along fine, and then
Yeah.
you guys know each other through a hobby previously, which is dance. Okay, fine. And then some of you guys are friends, and then you guys are like, we have to do this.
Right.
Like we have to do this.
It.
Then you can
I
say
feel
your
like-
side first.
Oh, okay. Wow, like.
There are 2 sides to the story. There's always 2 sides to the story.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say like we sound like a married couple.
Yeah.
You say your side of the story. I'm like, man, after that pink present I gave you, dude, things just went a bit kind of weird over here in this couch, dude.
The other day, after the podcast, right? Because we were transferring files.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, this person said that we look like married couple lah.
Ah.
But while we're transferring files, we had to wait because like the files are so fucking huge.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
I was like, yo, I have to go walk the dogs as well.
Yeah, cause Billy is shitted here.
Oh god.
There was one, I think because like it was a while and they were not
And
brought out
I didn't know how
yet.
to tell him. I was like, dude, I think someone shitted here.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't tell which dog. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, I have to go walk the dogs now because being like it's kind of late already.
Yeah.
And then I was like, yo, why not? You know, just follow me.
I was like, sure, I'll take one dog lah.
and then I was holding fucking Jack, and then
Yeah.
he was like, let me just hold Billy.
Yeah.
So both of us were just like walking out there, and I was like, fuck. Can you imagine if someone like, the car passes
Yeah.
by and shit?
Yeah.
What would they thinking?
I know exactly what we're taking, dude.
Yeah.
Rich gay couple.
Rich gay couple lah.
I know, confirm.
At least you got the rich label
Yeah.
lah.
Yeah.
Why not lah? Why not?
Yeah,
Take it.
But yeah, like we've been doing, I'll say different types of contents together also. Like us in the dance group as well.
Yeah.
We were doing like dance content also.
Yeah.
But we're thinking, wait, this is not sustainable because you gotta keep rehearsing lah. So a lot of time was actually spent rehearsing just for us to put out like macam 1 minute content
Yeah.
Yeah.
with like 30 people watching only.
Yeah.
And then we got into vlogging also, and then that did.
Yeah, we thought that would actually like help as well
Yeah.
with the dancing thing.
And we somehow landed on podcasting, and it was like a try and error thing, dude. And this seemed to be the most sustainable one that we can actually put in constant content out. Also helps that we both talk a lot, so it just made sense, man, at that time.
I think.
But what triggered it specifically on that specific date for
You
us
guys
to
had
shoot?
like a New Year's resolution or something.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah, we had a New
So
Year's resolution.
like even like from the beginning stage as well, when we are dancing as well, right? We were also vlogging at the same time.
Yeah.
So when we're vlogging, we know that like I know that I have decent camera presence lah. I like to be like at the front.
Yeah.
Same.
Like, I like to be like the personality, the brand kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, dude.
And I feel that whenever like I pan the camera to him as well, compared to like the rest of them, that's always good content coming from him.
Oh,
Right?
yeah,
So whenever like I'm editing his content,
Yeah.
because I'm also the one that's editing the
Editing,
content,
yeah.
I'm like fuck, like this is amazing fucking content.
Yeah.
Like even though it's just dumb shit.
Yeah.
It's dumb shit. But then like the fact that it triggers like laughter out of me,
Yeah.
I know that's good content
Yeah.
for me,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So and then after that, I think it was like late last year. I was like, dude, like we're not dancing anymore. Like I wanted to vlog, but I bought the fucking like the Awesome
Osmo
Pocket 2.
Pocket, yeah.
I'm not even fucking like vlogging by using the fucking. I just wasted 2,000 ringgit buying the fucking thing. I'm not using it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, and he loves doing things out of his job scope as well.
Oh,
Which,
yeah.
At work, he wants his presence to be felt. Like
outside of work lah.
Yeah.
Like,
I think we had this talk in like that night. Remember? I don't know. You called me over for a family gathering. And
all
then-
right, yeah, Chinese New Year.
Yeah,
You guys
sometime
look
last
so
year.
cute, like a married couple.
Why?
eh.
Exactly, dude. It's the way you present
What do you
things,
mean?
dude.
So he doesn't want to just be seen of like things inside work. He
Yeah.
wants to be known for what is after work also. And I was like,
Do you not notice? I put my hand here first,
Yeah.
and I slowly just like
You're like,
brought right back, man. Chill the fuck
but
out.
that's what happened.
Oh, true.
That's what happened,
Correct.
right? He had a family gathering,
Yeah.
and then like I went for it, and then like that night we had like a talk in the car at, like it was dark, pitch dark, you know. Were we holding hands as well?
No, dude.
I told him like I wanted to start vlogging, but then I'm not even fucking doing it. Like I'm not pushing myself to even like start vlogging as well because of time and all that stuff. And then he also wants to do something that revolves around entertainment.
Yeah, and
Right.
podcasting was like
Yeah,
coming
and then
up
and they
also
were
that
like, hey,
time.
like podcasting is, I mean, it's not like new, but in Malaysia, I guess it's kind of like it's the
Yeah,
right
yeah,
time
yeah,
as well. And then I was like, hey, why don't we just fucking try it out? Like
Mm.
try it out. We just and podcasting, you don't need like a huge amount of preparation to start.
yeah.
Like just fucking go there. We just set the light up. We put the camera there. You have your Canon. We have our phones. Even
Yeah.
now as well, we are using our phone and,
Yeah.
and the Canon that we have. Let's just turn it on and see what fucking comes out of it.
Yeah, dude.
Right? So
Yeah,
that
you
was the
just-
first episode. That's why like we just didn't know what the fuck we were doing when we started. We were just like, fuck it, let's just fucking try and see what comes out of it. Cause you like talking, I like talking. We like making fun of people as well.
Yeah.
Like and
We
it
have
is
good stories also.
Yeah, and it is entertaining. Let's
yeah.
just see what comes out of it. So I think after shooting our first episode, which we actually told ourselves that we were not gonna publish it, pun. Like we were just gonna shoot it and see how it looked like in camera. But after shooting that, like straight away we were like, fuck, dude, I think this is like
Okay, I can
like
jalan lah.
like we can actually operationalize this.
Dude, yeah, and then the same day my wife created a logo for us.
Yeah.
They were like, Oh well, guys, we're in business.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess we can actually just fucking
Yeah,
do this.
jalan already, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that
No
was
excuse
what.
already.
Yeah, that was what kickstarted it. Because I mean, obviously, there's a lot of work that goes into
True.
from like production work to like
Yeah.
editing it as well, and posting it, and
True.
then like publishing it in different platforms and things like
Yeah.
that, right? But we thought that this could be something that is sustainable operationally. Yeah, that's why we're like, okay, fuck, let's just continue doing it. Yeah,
And how I knew that I wanted to keep doing this, I got so excited when this came in the mail, dude. Oh my god, dude. Because I was using this noob one.
I mean,
right?
we're gonna buy another one.
Yeah, but
Don't hate on it, dude.
when this, I know, action. I set this up at my house that time, right, just to see how it looks like. I took a shot. I'm like, yo, this looks legit, man.
Yeah.
This looks legit. That's when I knew, like, okay, you know what?
And,
Let's go all out,
we
man.
got really excited as well. Like he got excited and he just, cause he was editing on his Mac and then
Oh, yeah.
it was like fucking slow.
Oh
I
yeah,
tried
dude.
editing on it as well. Whenever you click on spacebar to play, it doesn't play. You have to wait for 3 seconds for it to play.
Yeah. When your space bar, the biggest fucking button on the keyboard doesn't work.
Yeah. And he bought like a mini Mac.
Oh,
the
Mac
mini
Mini.
Mac
Yeah.
Mini.
That's to edit lah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
to edit,
just
just to
to
help
edit,
to edit
dude.
as well. So he's fucking excited about it. And then he knows that I'm excited about it as well. And then we just like went with it, and now we are like on the 25th episode, and we have Ryan.
Here we are.
Here we are with
So,
the
so when's the wedding?
ooh.
17. Hey.
Maybe when he starts, when he gets a divorce, maybe.
Maybe next week the chairs will be further from each other.
Maybe you're shooting that.
Yeah.
We need extra camera.
Yeah. dude.
So yeah, so that's I think that's what.
Yeah, that's-
Yeah, it kind of like triggered because we just wanted to do something
Yeah.
like together.
And I mean, what about you as well? Like at work, right?
Right.
Where does it go from where you are right now? So firstly, like, what do you do? And then secondly, like how does it progress? You know, like what does it look like?
Damn. A lot of my colleagues watch this, dude.
So
Like
work is great, right?
No, yeah, work is fantastic.
Yeah.
When I wake up at 6, giggling, ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wake up giggling also.
I work in procurement lah. That's all I
Pokemon.
gotta say. Yeah. Yeah. So
I work in Pokemon lah.
our motto is gotta catch 'em all.
Gotta catch them all. lah.
Yeah.
And then you look at all the tenders.
But it's
That's
okay lah. It's okay lah. It's okay lah. I would say I love the environment
Okay.
that I'm
The people
in right
people
now.
are great lah.
The people I'm working with are really great. Work itself is okay.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm more interested in the strategic side of it. There is operational punya stuff.
Yeah.
Operational stuff will forever be
operational.
operational stuff lah. Talking labor work lah. But once you get into the strategic side, it's a bit more interesting because you start looking at the market lah, the global market and shit. So I would say I don't mind having a career in that.
Right.
I wouldn't mind. Is it my dream? Did I
Yeah.
grow up thinking, I want to procure stuff?
Yeah.
No lah.
Yeah.
But
It's a scope of work lah. It's a job.
but I don't mind being.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd be in this line coming
Yeah.
from engineering on your side, dude. I grew up thinking I was gonna build like crazy like structures and buildings. Little did I know Malaysians market is just macam condos je.
Mm.
So that's all you do. Develop macam you work for a developer
Yup.
and typical punya construction. It gets boring, way more boring. Yeah, I legit didn't expect to get into Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Yeah, gotta catch more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
gotta catch
Yeah.
Because then the podcast is
Completely out of my scope, dude.
is that like the goal? Is that like the vision, like the dream, or is it like
This is the dream
an
now, dude.
escape? Is it a hobby? Is it an escape? Is it like how would you like?
I would love
categorize
for
it?
this to be a new goal for me
Right.
because work is I don't know how to say.
Would you say that work is not your personality at all? Is that what you're trying to
It's
say?
not my personality lah.
Mm.
At all, dude. Like over here, I can at least
Be
be a
yourself?
bit of myself.
A bit. Just a
Actually, I think the audience has seen full 1000% of what I can offer to the world lah. So not much, but yeah. You know.
So how do your colleagues respond?
Oh, they
Yeah.
like it, dude.
They like it lah.
They like it, dude.
supportive
I
and
mean,
all that.
they don't watch. I don't think they watch the long form
Yeah.
content so much, but we just pop out on their TikTok.
Yeah, then they're like, hey, that's
They're like, hey,
that's Amir,
it's okay lah. And they're very supportive, dude. So
okay.
yeah, that's why I kind of like being where I am right now in terms of work. More of my colleagues than the work itself lah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So that's about us lah.
Yeah.
Now it feels like you are interviewing us on the podcast.
Welcome to the Ryan D show.
Yeah.
Welcome to the RDS show.
Damn, I didn't know I was gonna start my podcast today.
Yeah, this is it, dude.
This is
the
it,
start
dude.
of it. Give me the D.
Give me the D.
Give me the D. I think that's how we like actually started and we see a future in this because it doesn't feel like work as much, even though
True.
the editing scope is a lot for
Yeah.
now. But as us being in front of the camera and speaking, like it doesn't feel like work much. Yeah.
Even editing, I enjoy editing, dude. I laugh halfway. You know?
Yeah.
Not at my own jokes, because that's like fucked
Actually, I
up.
do see Ricky giggling by himself. And I come down, I'm just like getting some water. He's like,
Yeah, so I guess it is fun. That's why like we went. I mean, like eventually we also have to monetize it like later
Yeah.
on. I tell all the time as well, where just do it for a year, do it for 2 years. We won't see anything at all.
True.
In the first year, we won't see like a great like huge growth at all. We just fucking
just keep going.
we sit down, put our head down,
Yeah.
and just fucking edit and work. And every single week we just fucking meet up here. We shoot. We
We set like very low expectations as well. So that's why like suddenly when we reached certain thousand subscribers, we were like, yo.
This is great lah.
Yeah, to be honest, like
Yeah.
our goal for this year is to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. But after getting Yuri on the show, like I mean also because I guess that also helped us understanding the type of guests that you invite on the show as well could actually help with certain engagement, right? So that kind of like helped us learn on how
Damn, it smells
like
good.
that could skyrocket. That's why like we were so amazed that we fucking got to like 1,000 subscribers so fast. Yeah. So yeah. I think that's it, man.
Yeah.
That's it about us.
Good.
Giving
Keep
the
going.
D.
Yeah lah, good lah, whatever lah. Yeah. No, it's true. Like it's true. It's about like your lever of motivations, right? Like if you reduce the barrier, then you get more excited with progress. If you say that like I need 100,000 subscribers in the first 3 months and then you don't get there, you get depressed. Like, why didn't I do that?
True.
People don't like me.
True.
But the truth is, like every subscriber matters, and every follower matters, every view matters, right?
True.
Yeah.
And if you actually like visualize the number of people that are watching you, 1,000 people are watching you is a shit ton of people.
Yeah.
But when you see the number is just 500 views, 1,000 views, you think it's small. It's actually a lot of people,
Yeah.
right? So like that's the beauty of it. It's literally just keep going, just
Yeah.
keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we can end it lah.
Yeah.
We can end it actually.
Yeah.
With that being said, we'd like to actually thank Ryan
Yeah, dude.
for taking the time.
Yeah,
so much time.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think
Thank you for your input as well, dude. You give us
yeah,
a lot of advice.
a lot of advice.
Way.
Actually. It's great.
okay.
Yeah.
Usually every single episode we always have we'll always like see what we can take home from this.
Yeah.
We're already home.
You me no.
Yeah.
I got some stuff.
So
to
I
bring
think
back
what
to
we
the-
can take out of this episode is like one is like whoever that like maybe like from small businesses or anyone that's like looking to just start something to monetize anything as well, they're able to like get this advice to just start with, even though it's still a bit broad, a bit general as well. It's not too like deep into it, but like they have a basic understanding
Yeah,
on
at
like
least they have an angle on it.
like
lah.
yeah, there's certain angles they know, like from like selling like products to services and things like that, and then and also advice for us as well. I would say the reason why I ask about like how do you think we could monetize it is because like I want to know like your perspective on how we could actually move forward
I
as well
would
with the
for me,
podcast.
the way I see it is control. You want you want to monetize things that you are a part of.
Yeah.
Don't endorse
yeah.
other people's stuff.
Yeah. Makes sense.
If this is the only thing and you need to make some money to eat, then take the money lah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Take the money lah.
yeah.
But if you have full-time jobs and you're getting salary and you have shelter and you have food and you live a good life, then you can stretch it.
Yeah, you have the leg room lah.
You have the leg
Yeah.
room, you stretch.
Yeah.
You stretch.
Yeah.
Then long term, your affiliation should be something that is yours,
Yeah.
your own product or your own service, something you are endorsing. instead of just being somebody else's
So
billboard.
random bros and then you just
Yeah.
fucking shit.
Yeah,
Nothing
that,
true.
that's my take lah. You see all the big guys, everything they monetize is their own
Mm.
brand. They own the share.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of insightful things that we have actually like gotten from this episode.
Yeah,
like,
man.
yeah, like I think out of all the other episodes that we have filmed, I think in a business perspective, we have gotten a lot more value. Yeah,
Okay,
from
cool.
this episode. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you
man.
so much, Ryan,
Yeah,
for being
thank you
part.
guys.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you for
Yeah.
What do you
having
think
me.
you have learned from this podcast?
Oh my! Why do you?
Yeah.
Ask me
What
this?
value?
I get
do you
so
think,
scared when
Why?
you ask.
What have I learned?
What,
Yeah, 'cause I
you've
know they have to
learned,
lie.
or what value do you think you have gotten out of this podcast?
I also laughing, dude. Ryan, please don't answer this. It's okay.
Yeah. If there's any.
You guys are walking the walk lah.
Oh.
Yeah, you guys are walking the walk lah. So
Yeah.
so, you know how I said earlier, like there's that like layer of like, if you're too smart, you will find all the reasons why something cannot work,
Yeah.
and you overthink it, you don't do it,
Yeah.
right? And then there's also like that, like too dumb to quit,
Mm.
right? And then you ask me, then when is the right time to quit,
Yeah.
right? So then you have to look at market factors and all these
Yeah.
things, right? So especially with podcasting, it's like personal branding, like you're kind of like putting yourself out there,
Okay.
and over time you may not be able to curate your image. Like you obviously want your image to be like this, and you as well, Amir, you want your image to be like this,
Right.
right? Like it can't change.
Yeah.
As in, like 10 years from now, when you look back at this,
Yeah.
you're not gonna be like, oh, I was playing a character that
Yeah,
wasn't me. I was a
yeah.
poser back then, but I'm someone else now.
No. Okay.
You're trying to be raw and authentic, right?
Yeah.
So for me, like, I am reserved because I don't feel like I've earned the right to put myself out there yet. Maybe it's just self-consciousness or insecurity, right? So I think one thing I've learned is that maybe you just have to fucking start and
Yeah,
you just
yeah.
do it, right?
True.
And then it kind of works along the way, just like entrepreneurship, right?
Yeah.
I think I find it easier to represent my service or represent my people or represent my product or whatever.
Yeah.
But then when it comes to representing myself, like doing a podcast, then you get a little bit self-conscious
yeah.
about it. You get a
Yeah.
bit cautious about it. But you guys are just putting yourselves out there,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's something that I can definitely
Yeah.
take home from
Ooh, you see?
this.
Yeah.
Take home
Take
and
home
go
in the-
upstairs.
Go upstairs.
Yeah lah.
Because it's also at home.
Yeah.
I was going to say that
What?
don't ask what the guys usually what they
Learn.
can bring from this episodes lah, because I know they will have to lie.
That's a good enough of an answer.
Yeah. That actually sounds honest. So so thank you so much. dude.
Because
Yeah.
I've recorded. I just haven't published.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
true. That's
So
true. That's true.
I have to
That's true.
restart and all that.
Dude, we can tell already.
What?
Every episode, every time this dog show his asshole to the camera,
Oh, yeah.
it's time to it's time to end it.
That's
That my
Ooh,
goodness.
look at that stretch.
Oh,
Then you know it's time.
Bilbo.
Shit, it's time.
Okay. All right,
Right.
guys. With that being said, we would like to thank every single one of you that have been watching this entire episode and also like got some value out of this podcast itself. It's
Yeah.
not just laughter that from this podcast. You know.
Well,
the most skeptical look at his
yeah.
We'd like to thank Ryan for taking the time.
Thank you very much.
Ooh.
For
That's a
taking
good
the
Elvis,
time,
man.
taking the time out of your day to actually join us on the podcast as well. And we hope nothing but the best for you
Yeah, man.
in your future.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter in terms of work as well as you discovering your personal brand.
PB.
PB.
Yeah. Peanut butter.
Giving you the
Peanut
D.
butter. Have you seen
Giving
that
the D.
meme?
No,
Yeah.
giving you the D.
And we are signing off from the
ANR
ANR
show.
Thank you,
Ciao, everybody.
Ciao.